There's no what? Okay, I got the stream up.
Point.
Okay, cool. Now I'll have it recorded. Okay, so I think I made huge progress in actually understanding how shaders work. Dude,
Huh?
it's crazy what a glass of wine will do.
Oh.
It's wild. My understanding has tenfolded under the course of a dinner. All right,
What percent wine was this?
I think I get some parts of it, but it's like similar to what I was talking about before. So I'm going to go and find a tutorial for how to do cell shading because I don't understand how to find the gradient of color. But once I understand that, I have something I want to try out, and I think it might be really cool. Let's see. Because, dude, all
Baking
you're
tin.
doing, so like, okay, it kind of makes sense. All you're doing, hold on, I need like notepad up, or not notepad, paint. All right, yeah, I need a show. Hold on, I need to go find paint. Hold on, do you pull up the stream? I need to explain this.
You're not streaming.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not pulling up Twitch, Jack.
Dude, you got it. Okay, fine. Hold on, let me figure out. This will just still give me the
I
recording though.
will. There will also be a delay.
Oh, that's true. Hold on. Let me just pull up. No, I got it. The stream on Twitch though will let me like record this, which is cool. Well, like I could record it normally, but then it's on my computer. But this way it's on not my computer for free.
There.
So, okay, cool. Do you see this?
I see a black screen. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, look, if you hold on, if you take a circle, which is like their basic example,
Mm.
and this is like the light of the circle, like the light is up here. Hold on,
Yes.
sorry. This is a poor representation of the sun.
Light source. I get it. Yes.
Yeah. No, you don't get it. Now
I
you
don't get
get
it.
it. That
Now I get
no,
it.
that looks bad. Hold on. Now you get it. Yeah, that's a
Ooh,
light
that's
source.
pretty good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
that's a light source. Okay, cool. So the light for this guy is going to be like around here, and then everything
Yes.
down here gets like darker, right? So what cell shading does, which is three tone. Oh, okay. Well, actually, maybe I should explain. Like normally it would be a gradient, right? So like it would be really dark right here near the back, and then it'll get lighter and lighter and lighter,
Yeah.
right? These would get farther apart if you're getting lighter. Um, so cell shading, all it does is like determine a threshold value, be like, okay, well, this part over here is super dark, and then this gradient right here is not as dark, and so we just choose a threshold value to cut it in between, and then we just make one value on one side like a certain color, and then the other value on the other side another color. So like it would make this a solid color and leave the other side a solid color. So actually, this is a two-tone color. This is two-tone cell shading right now because I have just black and white.
Mm.
So the cool thing is that this is a gradient, and you could do anything you want with it. So what I want to try doing is if I have a gradient from here and it's like really dark all the way to here where it's really light, I want to put a sine wave in this.
Wow.
And the only reason I want to do a sine wave is because if you put a sine wave and then you put like a so if I have a graph of a sine wave and it does this,
Yes.
and then instead of choosing a threshold value like for cell shading, I choose a threshold value like right here or something like that.
Yes.
Then basically what it's going to do, or what I want it to do, is become like bands like this that get farther and farther apart from each other the more light there is. So like right here there would be a higher frequency of bands.
Yeah. So it's darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
And
it.
then this has a lower frequency of bands. So I guess I didn't specify that
Interesting.
very well. the sine wave is going to be determining the distance between these lines, basically, because that's determined by
But it's
the
not just
amplitude here.
it's not just lines. There'll still be colors inside those lines, right? That's just
Uh,
the area of like.
it'll be an area of a different color, basically.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So yeah, you're right. And so like yeah, the amplitude determines basically how wide. Well, okay, so like this part determines how wide the lines would be, right here. And then the part
Okay.
between the 2 points, like right here, would determine the distance between them. And so I think there is a way to do a sine wave where it's basically what's this dynamics curve? So like if I change the amplitude, I think there's a way to get it to taper off, right? To do something like that.
Oh, yes, there is.
I forget what that's called.
That's the. This is vibrations.
Mm.
Frequency response.
Okay. So yeah, I would
If
want
you
to do something similar to that. But
Let me
it's
find
based off of light power, basically, instead of like
frequency
time, because this is usually graphing
response
time.
The frequency response of a linear system is defined as the sinusoidal deviations in a system's output resulting from a sinusoidal deviation. No, that's not right. Solving.
But this is what I meant by I like had a revelation, because like if you can get the
Phase.
gradients of things, then you can do a lot of
Cool.
stuff. I don't know if you can do anything, but you can do dang close to anything.
What is this? Dampen? Yeah, it's dampening. Okay, yes, and it's. Hold on. I'm cooking.
Oh, but I haven't even gotten to this part. Like this shader
Yeah.
has layers, right? It's like
Layers,
an
like an
onion.
onion.
It's like
Right.
yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So this shader, it does this farther away from light, which I just now realized has a few complications about it that I didn't think about, but that's okay. We'll figure that out
I'm
eventually.
confused. How are you correlating that sine wave with the light?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yep. Here. Let me think about that. So basically, if you have, yeah, hold on. Let me try to spend some effort and think about this, because this is kind of important. I had like made a jump connection, so I haven't actually even thought this through fully. If you have, you can't do gradients in this. I need Krita. Hold on. Let me look up gradient from white to black. Okay, cool. So this is a gradient from white to black. I'm gonna rotate it right.
Well.
Cool. So if this is the lowest value, no. Oh, there you go. We're fine. All right, so this is the lowest value of 0, and this is like 255. Then what my thought was, okay, what was my thought? It was something like, what you want to have happen is for there to just be individual bands here, where the frequency is higher here, and then becomes more. I'm really bad at frequency. This is why I can't crosshatch, by the way. Yeah, less and less over time. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this, I mean, you can kind of see the correlation already. with what I was drawing before, like this sine wave that slowly like tapers down. Um,
We'll draw that
it's
again.
it's basically, hold on, I'll draw it more carefully.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't draw carefully with a mouse. So it's like it's basically
Good
got
enough,
it,
yeah.
or kind of like the opposite
Ah!
direction actually. No. I gotta get this right, dude.
Jack, we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, we are. So it's like
Oh,
that.
yes.
So it like tapers in. So what I thought is that you could use this scalar value from 0 to 255 of like the darkness of what you see, or like the shadow versus the light, and use that to scale this sine waves. Right now I'm scaling amplitude and what's the other one called? It's amplitude and it's width versus height.
Oh,
Amplitude and amplitude's how tall it is. Width was
period.
yes, period. Okay, so right now
It
I'm
took me a
scaling like
second.
both, which is wrong. Realistically, if I want this, I want a way to scale just the period, right? Because that's what this is. This is just scaling the
Yeah.
period, and then all I have to do is slap like a limiter on it and be like, if you're above this value, then it's a line, and if you're not, then it's not a line. You see? And then that way it follows the gradient, and then it's always facing the light. This is so badass. This is what I mean. Like I had an insight. I'm like,
Huh.
this makes
Drinking's
sense.
so awesome, right, Jack?
Huh?
What?
What is?
Drinking.
It is. Yeah, dude. It lets you think.
But the price, Jack. Now you have cancer.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can wait until that can wait till later. In the meanwhile, I have something really cool.
What?
I don't know how to scale. Although this is what I was talking about. I didn't think through this fully. I have no idea how to scale the period of a sine wave.
AE to the negative C over 2MA times T.
Where did
Wait,
you pull
but you
that
need
from?
the positive version of that, I think. I don't know, I'm just found a random equation. You want it to be sinusoidal? So
Sine just works, but like it doesn't have to. As long as it scales downwards. That makes sense. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Cool. Okay, so how to do that? I need to like pull up Desmos and like actually hold on, let me ask ChatGPT just to make sure that it just doesn't know off the top of its head. How to scale a sine waves period in one equation. It's going to be like, yes, I know what you want. And then it's going to tell me something completely wrong. To scale a period of sine wave in a single equation, modify the frequency parameter be inside the sine. Can I do that in Unreal is the question.
Alright, Jack, read this. Is
Hold
this
on.
what you're looking for?
Wait, hold on. How did I... Oh, I switched it to like that. Where's
I
Unreal
think this
Engine?
is what you're asking for.
Cool. Hold on, I will. Give me a sec.
Send you the link.
Okay.
Just do that. I think this is very close.
Yo, no, this is exactly it. Sine wave with alternating liquid. Yes.
Well, where the where the wavelength grows by a constant on alternate sides, and where the amplitude decreases in an inverse manner.
Oh,
Think
wait, the amplitude is changing? Well, I could always take the value that the amplitude changes and then use it as a like I could counteract it, right? There's got to be a way.
and then this is
It just has to work to 255. It even degrades after that, I don't care.
That's it.
They're saying there's a lovely function y equals fx which simply turned into a parameter. What is
like-
this?
uh,
I'm trying to read this right now. Huh?
function of r inside of, so there's a natural log underneath the fraction, so that's probably what's causing the decrease, and the fact that it's on the bottom of the function, or it's on the bottom of a fraction, means that it's uh wait, log of something would cause it to be exponentially increasing. So you're putting that on the bottom, it's exponentially increasing on the bottom, it's also growing at a fast rate. I don't know, that's weird.
Well, no, log doesn't decrease or it doesn't increase very fast. It's got a weird one. It like increases really fast between 0 and 1 and then it doesn't increase very fast later on.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not sure what that does.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, the top is all inside a log and then the bottom is all inside of also a log.
Perfect, Jonna.
Hello?
She probably can do math.
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
Jonna, tune into the stream.
What are you doing?
Wait, what am I streaming on Discord? Okay, what I'm streaming on Discord and Twitch are two different things. Hold on, let me switch them so they match. So that also, hold on, let me see if I can outline the text too. Can I do that? Background, opacity. Oh, outline. Ooh. We're learning so much new things.
So you don't need your
Don't tell me what I don't need.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
yes,
need
what is
your amplitude to be decreasing.
I don't
What are
want
you-
it to decrease because if it decreases, then it changes the width of the lines. I don't want the width of the lines to change. Also, this is only one part of this shader, by the way. This is going to be very complicated.
Oh boy.
I'm going to figure this out, though. Maybe. We'll see. Potentially. Here. Okay, I transitioned to
Sine
paint.
function.
Wait, it's not working right. Outline. Oh, it's outline size needs to increase. Cool. All right, that's readable. Good. I don't have to worry about that now. Jonah, so you see paint? Good
Wait,
talk.
one second.
Good talk.
I have to
Jonah,
watch
you
the
are
stream.
our last hope.
Okay, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So what I was just telling Josh is that I kind of had like an epiphany about shaders and like how they work and whatnot. And so like what a shader does is it's just a mathematical formula basically, or at least the type of shader we're talking about right now is a post-processing shader where you have like an image. So let me go find an image. I'm gonna look up image and see what I get. Oh, cool. This is the first thing you get when you find image. When you look up image, you get a gecko. Okay. So if you get an image, a post-processing shader, all it can really do, I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, since this one's in a 3D world, you could basically get the 3D object that represents this gecko, and you could get like the colors of the gecko, and you can get the colors of the final image basically. And then some other like light source information, like where some of the lights are coming from. And then you can just do math with those inputs to change what the output looks like. So if we decided to take all of this and then change every single blue pixel on the gecko to green, and then change every single red pixel to hot pink, like it would change the image, right? I mean, I can't do that because I don't want to select every single pixel, but you know, it just changes it. So what I realize, or what I'm trying to do, is create a kind of stylized shader for fun, for like a little game. And what I realized is that you can get the gradient of color on a single object. So normally the gradient, it would be a lot nicer than this. Let me ball shaded. Oh, this is a nice one. Okay. Normally it would look really nice like that, right? And the whole point of this is that like the lighting is showing up right here and it gets darker near the edges, and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter towards the, you know, center of the light. And this is basically a scaling value between 0 and 255. I'm pretty sure. I think I got these reversed, actually. It would be 0 on the other side and 255 on the other side. Something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So you have a gradient that you can follow. What I wanted to do was split the gradient, make the gradient determine the distance between lines. So if you imagine there's lines going along it like this, if there's a line circling this, and then a line like topography. If there's like topography lines on this, the distance between them is determined by how dark or light the surface is. So like how much shadow it's in. So it'd get darker and 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 darker. Right? That's the goal. And so what Josh and I were just trying to talk about is how you actually achieve that. So if you have like, you get one scaling value and you need to do this in an equation. Because I think they have all these stuff. Let me go check real quick. Yeah, they do. Okay, so they have like sine, cosine, a bunch of different things. We were trying to find out if there's like a sine function that can reduce the amplitude. Because what you can do to achieve this, if it's like between 0 and 255, you got a sine function. At base, a sine function does this, right? Where it has an amplitude and it has a, wrong direction, amplitude and then a period, right? What I want to do is say every single part that's above a certain value, you color the color that one of these lines is going to be, whatever that is. And then everything below that, you just leave the normal color. And so if this is the trigger value, basically, what you want to have happen is as the light gets lighter, it needs to reduce amplitude, or reduce period, but maintain amplitude. So it needs to get faster and faster. Okay, I'm reducing amplitude again. I have an amplitude problem. So we get faster and faster and faster amplitude. Does that make sense? I just heard like a really weak sound, so I'm assuming it didn't. Whoops.
have only one AirPod in right now because the other one's dead.
Wait, what? You like
I
faded
only have
into
one
being.
AirPod in right now because the other one's dead.
Oh, okay. Well, now I could hear that one. Okay, so any thoughts? Do you know how to do that off the top of your head?
No.
No. Josh didn't either, and you guys took dynamics, so I don't know what kind of hope I have.
I didn't.
Oh, never mind. Jonna,
Uh-oh.
I mean, Josh, it's all up to you.
No. Uh-uh.
How do you do this? So we found this equation though, which is right here, and this dude is saying this function matches the graph starts at 0, -1. Your perfect different starting location. He's changing constants. He didn't actually give the general equation. Or did he down below? Is that the
It's right there.
what? No, because that one starts at specific positions.
You input R and X. The function of R and X. I think. But I don't think that's what you're looking for, so I'm gonna keep looking.
Hold on, I'm gonna real quick just look up if the shader actually already exists. Oh, that's right. No, the other connection I made is that this is similar to a pop shader. What's it called? It's the one that's used in a lot of shoot, what is it called? Actually, I probably have it named in Krita. Let me go find it. It has a name, and sometimes they fade in and out. Halftone. I think it's called halftone. Halftone. Shade texture? Yes! This is it. This is what I'm looking at. This thing. So this is used a lot. Well, okay, normally it's just all circular. I don't know why these ones become square. But normally the way that this type of look works, it's used a lot in Into the Spider-Verse actually.
Oh.
It's dots. All it is dots. And you increase the frequency, or no, you increase the size of the dots with how close you are to shadow. That's all it is. I think in Into the Spider-Verse they don't actually change the size. I think they're changing color tone. That doesn't matter. Most of the time it does change the size, and I'm gonna go look up if they actually have one for Unreal, because that would basically give me the answer as to how to change the amplitude. Wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. Because they're just doing a gradient and then playing into the size. I need the gradient played into distance of a sine function. Yeah, it's not the same. Dang. I thought that would be the same and I could just plug in the solution for that. It's not the same. Because all the they're equidistant from each other. Shoot.
Well, I was gonna ask if you wanted to watch the bear.
I do, kind of. Hold on. I want to look on this a little bit more. I'm gonna watch this video.
Who among us failed high school
He already
math?
said Among
Because
Us.
if you did, you're not going to like this one, but it's a very important video to cover. We're going to be talking about sine and cosine and the time note, because those really going to just go over that real vertex material that I've been working with over the past couple of videos. Time is simply a value that we can use that returns the amount of seconds that have passed since this insane, and put the time into the or this gets quite shiny, quite modify time. We use a time node, we do some math on it, and then we put that into the sine or the cosine node. Now, what does sine or cosine do? And I very much like that question. And for that, we're actually going to go back into our flat color material that we have here. I suppose we can use the one that I used the custom data on, but I think I prefer to just use the normal flat color instead. Sine and cosine are pretty much the same node. It's just a matter of where they start. And you might be thinking, what the hell do you mean with that? Well, sine and cosine are just nodes that make a curve. And that curve, this is actually like not horribly drawn, goes from a value of positive 1 to a value of negative 1 in a certain time period. With, of course, like the middle line here then being like a value of 0. The only difference between sine and cosine is that cosine starts here and sine starts here. Or it's the other way around. I can never remember, because that you know this. Sometimes you want to start with the other position. Amount of time that it takes to go from 1 to minus 1. So if that's 1, it's going to take 1 second to go from positive 1 to negative 1. Very often, we don't actually want to go from positive 1 to negative 1. Very often what we actually want to do is we want to go from 0 to 1. And that is where we just simply use the remapping node. This allows you to put in a high value and a low value. The default for the input value is 0 to 1, and the output will also be 0 to 1. What we're going to do is we're going to say, no, our low value actually is negative 1. So this makes whatever we put into here, it's expecting a value of negative 1 to 1, and it's going to remap that to a 0 to 1 value. So now we have a sine wave that effectively just goes from 0 to 1. You can also do some more manual math, which is probably slightly more efficient. What you can do is you can simply add 1 to it. So now it's going
Esmos. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Are you learning? Do we have progress? Because I'm not making progress. I'm watching this video about this guy trying to explain how sine works to see if it has any additional features in Unreal that I can
slap us minus
take
sign
advantage
onto
of.
it. Just x plus x sine x does what you kind of wanted.
But doesn't it lower the amplitude? Wait,
yeah,
to x.
amplitude. Nope, that doesn't work.
Okay. I just had somebody who stopped by for a few more streams come in and wish me luck on my mental health with shader programming. If you got any experience to share, then do so. Have you tried this before and met with difficulty, I guess? Because it seems kind of sick, but like, I don't know. I can't figure this out right now. How do you scale the period with just a plugin? I'm trying to find features that Unreal has, because it might be possible that they like programmed in a feature for that. Because it might not be easy to do with just pure math.
Sine function. Isn't it a sine ex plus c? So just slap a log in there. Thoughts? Okay. Let me try something. 5 sine log x.
Well, I will look up if Unreal has a halftone shader that actually does work, because that would solve some of our problems. Halftone shader. Did you just find something that was just giant?
What the fuck did I make?
Ah.
Whoa.
This halftone shader looks terrible. That's not what I want.
Yeah, I didn't change amplitude.
Thanks.
Look.
These are awful, dude.
Xbox Game Pass?
Are you listening to Ludwig?
Because if you do, it unlocks literally all the champ.
Yeah, Lud and Sea Dog are doing a league marathon.
I hate that
This
guy.
will be very.
He's taking
entertaining.
all of my Twitch views right now.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Uh-huh.
So, like,
Wait, what'd you do?
well, just you know how a function
No.
has
no,
the
I don't.
period. It's amplitude,
Yeah? Okay.
function, period, and then whatever. So I just
Sure.
slapped on a ln in front of the period,
Oh.
which wouldn't change the amplitude. Amplitude's constant, and that's what it is.
Wait, do you really just plug in a constant in front of that
Yeah,
and then
look,
its
this is
amplitude
working.
increases?
Like it's getting thicker.
Oh, this
I
is
think.
really not that complicated.
No, it's really not complicated. I was like, wait, can't we just? But I don't think ln's what you want.
No, it would be a
Might be
scalar of some
log.
kind. Right? Can't you just replace ln with just a number?
I mean, you
Yeah,
can.
you could just replace it with like 5. Right? And then wouldn't it increase?
No,
Wait,
because then you're just setting your standard period to.
does it have to
5.
be 5 times x?
No.
Yes. Yeah, it has to be 5 times x for it to work. Oh. We're mathematicians. Yeah, because that's what you were doing before. It was an ln of x. So it needs to be a function of x. That's the important part. It can't just be a scalar. It has to be a function of x.
Why is it?
That's so cool.
Why?
You did it. Okay, so now I have to
I don't know
somehow
about that.
convert this
I don't know if
into
that's entirely what you're looking for.
into Unreal. No, that is. This is exactly it. Let me switch to Unreal Engine. And I'm gonna try to get to work on this. I think we might be able to do something pretty satisfactorily. I need to get the lighting gradient first, which is like, I'm gonna follow this tutorial for a toon
Probably
shader,
then want this phase shifted.
and I think that that'll work. All this junk doesn't.
So it's
I don't need that. That was from a
5 of
different type of shader.
x plus 1. What? Plus 2. No.
Okay, so this guy's toon shader is something like scene texture. Oh wait, he just scene texture post process. Oh, it's this one. So we take that. Oh, also, Josh. Wait, oh, hold on. I haven't switched Discord, have I? Wait, switch Discord stream. I want to show you. Or I did show you. Jonna,
Yeah.
you haven't been shown. This is Unreal's material editor.
One
It's
second.
pretty hype. So I need that.
Exactly.
Hello.
Ah,
Return to the world of the living.
Hello.
yay.
Wait, you back home?
Yes.
Huge. What you up to?
Not much at the moment. I'm down to what? Gurren Lagann.
I couldn't make that out.
I am willing to watch Gurren Lagann.
Well, John is here, so I want to watch the bear.
Well, then
Truly
tell Gianna to
An
leave.
unsolvable problem.
I don't understand why the function starts so funky.
Like it flips.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Thanks.
Are you two learning Blender?
No, I'm doing Unreal Engine right now.
Jack's trying to create his own shader program.
This is sick, dude.
I see.
This is really sick.
It is pretty cool. I won't lie.
Hold on. So right now what I'm copying is a tutorial for how to make a cell shader because I'm interested in the parts where he like tracks the color of the scene because I didn't know how to do that. Wait, can I make it constant? Yep, I can.
Oh my goodness, my computer freaks out when I.
Wait, why
How do
does
we
it
make
put
the-
that in? Oh, error. Missing a B less than input.
How do we make
yeah.
the stuff more noticeable? 10. I guess that is kind of what you're looking for, right, Jack? Because I mean,
It is.
if
No, it's
you-
exactly what I was looking for. You were right.
This gets dark, then this is light.
Yeah.
Although it has this weird. This is a strange behavior. I don't know why it does that. It has, like, an arrow.
Behavior between 0 and negative doesn't matter to me.
No, look, this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, I can't. Hold on, let me.
If you give this thing, if you.
Yeah.
This weird shading.
Oh, that's fine. Because that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested
Yeah, you're
in
just
only
interested.
periodic
in-
patterns of peaking over a certain value. That's all I care about.
So whenever your amplitude equals 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. I would want to make sure it's always the peak value because if I tried to do anything less than the peak value, then the width would change. That's a good point. I don't want the width to change.
So you need to turn this into something that's, well,
Okay, this doesn't work. Oh, because I haven't gotten this fixed yet. This needs to be from the scene texture, diffuse color.
I don't know how that works.
Diffuse color. Cool. Wait, shouldn't that change it? Oh! Whoa!
Wait,
What the hell?
Wesley, Jack said you did watch Gurren Lagann, right?
Yes.
Okay, we watched 2 episodes without you.
Whoa.
One of the episodes was completely awful and filler. It was the hot spring episode.
Okay.
And then the next one,
Was not very important.
I'm guessing it happened.
It did.
yeah,
I
it was
see.
funny, Jack. As much as it did catch me off guard, it wasn't surprising because up until that point, I literally the previous episode or this episode, I don't
Bless
remember.
you.
I kept asking myself who is the main character in this?
Uh-huh.
Because
Yep.
it's and what I came down to is well, and I knew it in the back of my head. What's his name? The brother would always say, "Your drill would pierce the heavens." So it's not like our drill. So I was like,
Yeah, it's him.
But I didn't think they'd do that so quickly. Damn.
Yeah, it honestly took me by surprise that it was that episode. I was like, wait, hold on. It's not this fight, right? It was that fight.
Right.
Yeah, it happens early.
That was pretty
Yeah.
early.
It's like, damn. But then it also it didn't quite cross my mind when Yoko, and him had a thing. It did kind of raise a death flag, but I was like, I didn't put it together really. I was like, they would actually do it this early.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
damn.
too soon.
Right.
I can't. Okay, I think I can figure it out from here.
I think you got it.
I think
it'll
I
be pretty easy. Although
I
what I'm-
basically solved it. I mean, thanks to you.
No,
but,
I
like,
think something is a little bit more complicated than you think.
No,
How do
it's basically
you?
over.
How do you? find the distance between the previous peak and the peak you're analyzing to find that distance of that area of shading. I don't know what.
Oh,
you
no,
do
it's kind of basically automatically done by it. I basically just need to add a node that says if you equal this value.
if you equal the value
Wait,
past the amplitude.
hold on, let me think.
I'm a little lost on how you do that. 'Cause
It's like
it's not like the value of amplitude is what you're paying attention to. It's the distance between the amplitude and the previous amplitude. Because that's what you're correlating to, like, your area of the shader, I thought.
Mm,
And if that's the case, I don't know how you kind of extract that sort of information. I think that's kind of tricky.
So I think what I can do is I'm gonna have to like test this out more because like I'm trying to figure out the cell shader part still, so that I can track a gradient. But I think I can just take it and be like, if you equal this value, then essentially trigger. And then if it does trigger, then I can just multiply it by a set width. And then it'll keep the line widths the same. I think I could do that. I have to find out. Gonna have to do the proverbial fuck around and find out. Okay, but if we're gonna watch multiple shows, then yeah, John, we should probably start now. I'll close this down. Jonna?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready?
1 second.
Okay, okay.